Hello YouTube viewers, today's my first toy review as Kajime Addict. Today we'll be doing it on the SH Figuarts Majin Vegeta. So, let's take a closer look at him. Vegeta was released in June of this year, of course, of 2018. He's a pretty excellent figure, I have to admit. I don't think there's been a lot of reviewers whose camera's been able to pick up, but this figure is not glossy. I'm just going to say that right now. People like to just say that this figure is glossy. He is not. Look at him. Does that look glossy to you? I mean, the top kind of looks a little bit, but it's pretty much just the type of plastic they used, though these are different. So, let's get a closer look at him for right now. The camera focus up on him quick. Oh, looks like it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but the face, the neutral face that comes on in the package obviously looks a lot like Vegeta. The paint apps on the M on all the heads are fantastic. The sculpt on the hair is the same as they used for the last two Vegetas, which is fine. A lot of people have been complaining about the use of the same hair, and actually I also did complain about it as well because it is a different hairstyle. But upon looking through it, this is a good thing because that's the problem with the Goku figures, because you can only swap some of their heads and they aren't even like perfect. They aren't a perfect swap, and that's why, because they're different head sculpts. And they're going to do that for every different head sculpt. So if Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue hair, and even possibly a Super Saiyan God hair, and even if there's a Super Saiyan 2, I guess, hair is the same, if that means I'm able to swap the heads, I guess I'm okay with it. The rest of the sculpt, very muscular, obviously, as he is in the anime. This version of Vegeta is a lot more bulkier than the others, besides Super Vegeta, which I would still debate might have a little bit more muscle tone. Although on the Super Saiyan revamp, or Super Saiyan Point 2, he doesn't have as much bulk as this figure, except for his torso. Alright, let's go over his articulation. So his articulation is like any other Vegeta. He can look up, he can look up, he can look down, he can look left, right. He can tilt a little bit. The neck joint also works, and it normally moves with the head, which I'm a fan and not a fan of all at the same time. It helps the neck look like it's a neck on the figure, but also at the same time it can create some issues. The shoulders don't go out to 90 degrees. They're a little bit low, but that's because he's got a big muscle on his shoulder. They can go all the way around, obviously. He does have a pretty good butterfly joint. He can get the final flash going, so he's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrists are on the same peg that the head's on, so it can spin and it can turn and then it can hinge as well. The new joint on the figure, or for Vegeta, is this this upper chest movement, which is pretty good. It's not great. That's as far in as you can do it, so nothing too excellent, but he can go really far back without any gaps. He can tilt a little bit, and he can turn a little bit, but you want most of the turning down here, and this also does shift just a little bit. The legs on the figure is probably the best articulation out of all three Vegetas, so they can kick very far forward. Here we go. We can get him all the way up, even past his regular. Then he can go all the way back, so he can do a front split. Then out movement, he can almost do the splits. It's pretty good. Obviously he's got the bicep swivel. I almost said twizzle, sorry. He's got double jointed knees, which are excellent. They look pretty accurate to how a human knee bends, so I definitely don't mind. And he can get the leg up, so you can get some really good knees to the chest. Then, of course, lastly, his ankle articulation goes up about that much, which is pretty good. Goes back only that much, which isn't great. He doesn't have a lot of pivot. He's got about that much. And it does turn. Alright. Let's look at the accessories for this Majin Vegeta. Stand it up. Oh, jeez. Of course he's going to fall. Alright, so first we got the smiling face that's been with all the Vegeta figures up to this point. So he's just got the smirk and then he's got the M on there. So excellent sculpt. It's been great through the first or the last three figures, so I assume it'll be kept. Next one, we got the teeth gritted face where he's looking angry. Obviously, he doesn't look happy, which is fine. This is great. He's got some veins bulging out on his forehead. He's got the teeth grit. He's looking forward. Perfect. Then, probably, maybe my favorite face is the angry yet also laughing and smiling, monologuing as he does a lot. The veins popping out, and then the smile, laughing, as he's destroying the World Tournament Center. So, it's really good. It's pretty good at all. And then the QC of every figure. So this face is just a straight neutral face with a vein popping out, even though he is supposed to be angled about, I believe it's supposed to be right about there for his final impact attack, where he's got his hands out like that, as I'll show you in a minute with the hand accessories, but it's supposed to be about like that. He's supposed to be looking at you straight on with this eye, but he is not. You can tell he is looking to the side a little bit, but he looks more annoyed than anything. So that's not as great. It's not too big of a deal, though. So for his hands accessories, we've seen these ones before. I believe we got the two chopping hands or the traditional Big Bang attack. So these are done pretty good. The gloves obviously look like that. They haven't messed up the gloves at all. Then we got the fighting pose hands that we did get with the first Super Saiyan Vegeta that were lacking on the Saiyan Saga Vegeta. But that's okay. All the hands are interchangeable and they all are the same mold. They're all the same white as far as I can tell. I'm a little partially colorblind, so sometimes tones get messed up. But I'm pretty sure all the hands are interchangeable. And then for the one unique hand, the final impact hand, which obviously I can tell you guys right away this is probably my favorite thing about this figure, is that and then of course the crazy smiling face. I love putting those two together. So yes, that's about it for Majin Vegeta. There's not much I can say that hasn't already been said, but I thought I would review it for my first review, seeing as Vegeta's easily one of my favorite characters, and Majin Vegeta's a variation of Vegeta I've never owned. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If I had to rate this guy, with the QC issue, I would have to maybe only give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Oh, an 8. Maybe even a 7.5. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong. I obviously would recommend it, but the QC issue does bring it down a little bit. But besides that, if you're a Vegeta fan, get it. If you're a Majin Vegeta fan, get it. Obviously, if you're a Buu Saga fan, I'd get it. If you're a completionist, get it. If you aren't looking to get every figure or every variation of every figure and you want to get the top of the line, I don't know if I can recommend this. Obviously, I love it. I can look past some of the issues with it, but as most of the critical reviewers are going to tell you, it's maybe worth the skip. So I'd make the choice up to you, but I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I believe that's a solid review, an 80%. So it's passing, but it's not as great as it could be. With the accessories, of course, obviously a couple more hands, but all the hands are interchangeable, so asking for more hands is kind of useless because now you just got seconds and thirds. But alright, that's my review on the Majin Vegeta. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful day. Keep on rocking. Later, guys.